First of all, I want to be President of the United States, and obviously I do not want Senator Obama to be. But I have to tell you, he is a decent person and a person that you do not have to be scared as President of the United States. Now, look, if I didn't think I wouldn't be one heck of a lot better president, I wouldn't be running, okay? And that's the point. That's the point.
I got to ask you a question. I do not I can't trust Obama. I have read about him, and he's an Arab. He is not. No, ma'am. He's a decent family man, citizen that I just happen to have disagreements with on fundamental issues, and that's what this campaign is all about. He's not. Thank you.
Something that may not be great politics, but I think the Secretary is right. And that is that the American people are sick and tired of hearing about your damn emails.
Thank you. Me too.
Enough of the emails. Let's talk about the real issues facing America.
Thank you, Bernie.
The question is, does anybody out there think that the big problem we had is that there was too much oversight and regulation of Wall Street? Because if you do, then Governor Romney is your candidate. But that's not what I believe.
That's just not the facts. Look, we have to have regulation at Wall Street. Yeah. That's why I'd have regulation. But I wouldn't designate 5 banks as too big to fail and give them a blank check. That's one of the unintended consequences of Dodd-Frank. It wasn't thought through properly.
Trump.
Well, I consider her statement about my children to be a very nice compliment. I don't know if it was meant to be a compliment, but it is a great. I'm very proud of my children. And they've done a wonderful job, and they've been wonderful, wonderful kids. So I consider that a compliment. I will say this about Hillary. She doesn't quit. She doesn't give up. I respect that. I tell it like it is. She's a fighter. I disagree with much of what she's fighting for. I do disagree with her judgment in many cases. But she does fight hard, and she doesn't quit, and she doesn't give up. And I consider that to be a very good trait.
Thanks to both of you.
Expecting children to go from Emerson's small family environment to the big city environment that will be the new Lewis neighborhood magnet is ludicrous, and quite simply will not happen. I speak for the vast majority of Emerson parents when I say we will not go. You say this process started 18 months ago. That is, in part, a huge lie. Founder discussions may have
Ms.
began...
Chapman, I'm sorry. May I interrupt you? Okay. First of all, we are glad to hear your comments. We are respectful to you, and I would appreciate it if you would extend that same respect to the board. Please do not call any of us liars or that we've stated anything that's a lie. I would welcome to hear your opinion, but again, I encourage you to please be respectful to this board. Now you may continue.
I'll do my best. Do I still have my time?
You still have your time, but I will interrupt you if you...
I'll do my best, and stop me if you need to.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
While we may vehemently disagree on matters of law and policy, we will strive at all times to maintain collegiality and the honor of our office. We believe that a leader can be cooperative and conciliatory without compromising his or her core principles. And we will remember that our political rivals in Congress are not our enemies, but rather our colleagues and fellow Americans. We also believe that maintaining a spirit of mutual understanding and cooperation will help make government work more efficiently and effectively, help build consensus and restore the public trust, and ultimately serve as a positive influence on society at large. For all these reasons, we hereby pledge our names to this commitment to civility on this 10th day of January 2017 in Washington, D.C. Unquote. And the document is signed by 46 incoming members of the 115th Congress.
Senator, yield for a question. Does the senator believe...
Well, I'd be glad to just hear your comment.
Well, I'm going to give you a chance to speak again.
Yeah.
Does the senator believe that defaulting on our national debt for the first time in our history, which has been the threat looming over us from the House Republicans and others for a long period, is good for America's economy, One of his colleagues on the floor here from the state of Pennsylvania has come in and said, listen, defaulting on the debt is not that big a deal. It can be, quote, in his words, easily managed. Does the senator from Arizona agree with that thinking?
As the senator may know, I came to the floor a couple of days ago and made the comment, and that the senator from Illinois and I are in agreement. Point number one, you can prioritize. I think the senator and every economist that I know literally would agree. You can prioritize for a while where you want what remaining money is left, but the message you send to the world, not just our markets, but to the world, that the United States of America is going to default on its debts is a totally unacceptable scenario and beneath a great nation. We are in agreement, number one.
Amen.
The presence of the Budget Committee chairman here, Senator Conrad, who I think has made enormous good faith efforts to reach an agreement on some of these issues. And I thank him for his work, and I want to assure him his reward will be in heaven, not here on earth. Does the senator from Illinois have?
I would also like to thank the senator from Arizona for the few minutes that we've shared on the floor, and I really hope more members will do this rather than just taking turns giving speeches. These exchanges, even when we disagree, are valuable. But I hope at the end of the day, I agree completely with the senator from Arizona. At the end of the day, we cannot allow our economy to lapse into this default. It will be devastating to a lot of innocent families and businesses across America and will cost us dearly in terms of our national debt. So let us hope that we can find this bipartisan agreement that people are working on even at this moment.